All right. Hey guys, what's going on?
Hey, Kirk, what's up?
Comic Impact podcast. We think it's number 503.
Sure.
We think, but we definitely know that we're going to talk about the comics of August 19th that were released this past week. I'm Kirk. We also have the amazing Thomas. And we also have the amazing Simon.
We also
And by
have
Thomas, I mean Darren.
Darren Thomas.
Darren Thomas.
We
The amazing
also
Mr. Thomas.
we also have a special guest
We do.
all the way from England.
Shut up. And Sheldon.
What
Making a
does
guest
that say
appearance.
on it?
Put something hot in me. He stole Sheldon's coffee mug.
No,
Just to
this
do
is
a,
what- this is literally the gift that his groomman's got.
Oh my god. That's pretty funny.
So
Good to
Sheldon
have
is here in spirit.
Okay. But he's actually in the UK right now.
Yeah.
He's globetrotting.
Sorry, England.
And did you see the picture he sent today?
I know he's been blowing up his. Facebook.
Okay, so I thought this was really cool. He actually took a picture in front of the house of Simon Pegg, Spaced.
Yeah.
I'm like super excited about that, and you guys are like, nah.
You mean the space agency on the show?
No. The show Spaced with him and Edgar Wright when they first got their start.
Nick Frost.
Oh yeah, I haven't watched that in years.
He got a picture in front of the building that all of it supposedly happens in, and I thought that was really cool. That was like a pretty cool nerd moment. That was
He approves.
yeah. So, anyways, how's your week been?
Darren.
Pretty good.
Okay.
I had my orientation day today for
That's
the
right.
Chicago School of Psychology.
Going back to school?
Yeah, and I'm kind of like,
Using that nugget.
oh God, what did I get myself into?
You got yourself out from behind a register, sir, and I think that's amazing.
Yeah.
Moving
all right.
forward in life. That's what you got to
Yeah.
do yourself.
Higher education, expanding your mind, doing a little bit better.
Yeah, so I'm gonna probably be very therapist-like tonight and just go, yeah. How does that make you? How does that make you feel?
I think it's great.
Yeah.
I think it's awesome.
Yeah.
How about you, sir? You're busy like editing all the stuff that we keep throwing you right now.
That's fine.
Fine.
I'm also editing the anorexic podcast. I mean, Anorex.
Double A.
Double A. Yeah.
Well, you're now live. We're gonna do some periscoping for a hot minute.
Are we? Awesome.
Yeah. So I have to double tap to flip this.
So
Technology's awesome, guys. That's all I got to say.
Who wants to start off?
Well, who wants to start off? What'd you guys get?
Not a whole lot.
All right. Well, this is off to a great start.
This is exciting, folks.
I can hear air. I can hear air.
I can hear my dog breathing.
Who checked out Young Terrorist #1 by Black Mask? Alrighty, we haven't talked about this at all.
Nope.
I recommend it. I loved it.
Okay.
I was pissed off and wanted more after I was done with it. What did you guys think?
You want to go first, Darren?
Nah, Simon, you go. Go
Oh,
first.
no, this is not good.
So, I like Black Mask a lot.
Okay.
I think they put out some really good stuff.
Alright.
But this
Mm-hmm.
felt over the top, cheesy, designed for 19-year-olds that are full of rage. Sorry.
Okay.
Not trying to attack you, buddy.
No, it's cool. I'm
I
alright.
felt like it was sexist. I thought it was a piece of crap.
Okay.
And I felt like it was a wannabe Mark Millar book with the shock and awe.
Okay.
I actually stopped reading it maybe on page... It is a big book. It is like...
It is. It's 80 pages for $6.99.
I think I stopped like around page 69. I was like, yeah, I don't care about these characters. I'm not interested.
Okay.
The art is nice, some stuff, but I'm just
Oh, really? I thought the art was really weak.
There are some cool art pages, but not in general. I was just like, I don't know. I don't know why you have such an erection for this book.
I don't know. You know what? I just like how angry it was. I liked that it was characters who were just at some point reached the level of fed up. I kind of thought, but all the nudity that happens in the comic is a lot of these characters being stripped down to their core before they're being built up again.
No.
Like, it really reminded me of like the pseudo torture scene from V is for Vendetta.
No, don't even bring that book close to this.
No, just that
Alan
one
Moore is
scene.
casting some fucking crazy black magic on your ass.
just that one scene where, like, I feel like we're watching these characters go through a certain amount of rebirth.
So what, the crazy sex tape where everyone's getting off is what, a metaphor for what?
Oh, I don't know if that was a metaphor for anything, but that's definitely people kind of like latching on to the idea
And
of
are clothes like a major premium that people can't get a hold of? I'm frozen.
No, you're not frozen.
Okay.
okay. You never know.
I just couldn't understand why the one guy who dyed his hair white. Oh, my video just went off.
See, he gets passionate, kids.
Every time. Yeah.
But
the one guy whose hair got dyed white.
I just couldn't understand why the one guy couldn't get a pair of like boxers or something to wear. I mean,
even a t-shirt.
Literally, one of the girls in the comic book offers him her boxers.
Okay.
And then needlessly takes off her boxers and never puts them on again.
I just thought it was horrible, dude.
And I was just like, why? Why? I didn't hate the book. I read the whole thing, but I thought it was like an amateur book.
Yeah.
I felt it was very like it had the feeling of an amateur. So I don't know, just like
okay.
I thought it felt like
I didn't like it. I didn't hate the book at all, but it just felt like it just had an amateurish feel to it. I was just like, with this kind of subject matter and as important as it is, as all the things that we're pissed off about right now, I just wish. Well, actually, there is a book that deals with all these issues and is a lot better, and it's called Lazarus.
And I feel bad because I'm not reading Lazarus right now. I need to get caught up on that.
Yeah, and Lazarus deals with all those issues and deals with it in a really sophisticated way.
Okay, so my thing for this is when you talk about like it's amateur and whatnot, like I feel like it's punk rock. Like I feel it's really like a garage band, piss and vinegar comic book story. Yes, say something.
I do see your little punk rock attitude on it. If you want a punk rock attitude book that's better published than this, because this felt like some guy, and nothing against Black Mask. I like Black Mask a lot.
Right.
I do too. I do too.
This felt like some guy that was at a convention that just drew a comic in his garage, and it really needs a fucking editor. There was no reason this should have been 80 pages.
Okay.
Okay, if you want the punk rock attitude, read Early Harbinger by Joshua Dysart when Valiant came back.
I will give you Harbinger. That was a pretty punk rock
comic. That is a publish, it makes sense. This felt horrible. I don't know. I usually like your stuff, sir.
No, it's okay.
But
I mean, maybe you did hit on something.
What is this?
Maybe you did hit on something because it did need an editor. Because this is I'm gonna screw up his name, Mike Pizzolo, and he is
Mike Pizzolo.
He is one of the founders of Black Mask.
That's
So maybe he did take like this attitude of like, screw it, I'm just gonna do my own thing.
So is he doing the Dan DeVito New 52 attitude? Is that? Go ahead, Darren.
Oh, ouch.
Well, I actually thought the end paper that he wrote was better than the comic. He wrote like a one-page thing talking about what he wanted to accomplish with the comic, and talked about a movie he was involved in that he was harassed by the government.
What movie?
This comic is spawned out of that experience.
Yes.
So that's why I feel like I'm getting like a sense of his anger on it.
This comic belongs, and I hate saying it, but early 2000s. Like 2003, 2004, when people were pissed off about the war.
Well, at least he didn't say like 1990s Image. So I do appreciate that.
Close.
No, because this reminds me of a lot. There are a lot of black and whites that came out in the 80s, like in the sort of like Boris the Bear used to come out from Dark Horse Comics. That was like the first comic book that Dark Horse put out, and it's not. Here's the thing: it's just not for the subject matter that he's talking about. I hate to keep using the word sophisticated, but there's just a level of nuance when you're dealing with multinational corporations and all this kind of stuff. It doesn't succeed. It doesn't succeed on the level of being an angry book. Like, I just didn't. I didn't link with the book. You know what I mean? Like, I'm an angry guy, and I'm angry about a lot of the stuff that's going on in the world. You know what I mean?
Right.
And so, at the very least, like as a meditation on anger and
the pug's getting angry about hearing about
being misused by your society and stuff like that. It just it didn't make me angry.
I hate bringing politics into this book, but I seriously feel like this book should have existed during the Bush era and not the Obama era. I feel like it was an afterthought, and I get the punk rock attitude to it.
Right.
It's sloppy, fucking horrible punk rock. I was expecting the Ramones, the Clash, the New York Dolls, something like that. And I got fucking Joe Schmo and his little garage band that is horrible, and they need to get like an amp that actually works.
Okay.
Yeah, they used to have Punk magazine that had like cartoons in it. But the art was really good. You know what I mean? And
sorry, dude.
I almost wish they'd gone more.
It's funny because like it seems like both sides of this conversation have been like talk about like the bigger aspect of like the corporations and what these characters are getting ready to like fight or wage a mini war on. And for me, I don't know why, but for the first issue, I'm more on board with like the characters. I don't know why I'm really
care about them.
I know I don't, and I am like I love it. I love that these guys are pissed, and I'm kind of like seeing it from the point of view of like being bullied and pushed around and finally like hitting your breaking point. And I don't know why I'm relating with the characters in Young Terrorists like that, but I do. I'm like on the ground roots level when I first started the issue. I'm on board with the characters, and I don't think they've talked about the bigger idea or plan of this comic yet.
Well, they should have after 80 pages.
Yeah, but I don't know. I think 80 pages lets this thing breathe. It's like I'm also the guy who liked Wolf. I thought Wolf was amazing, and that was like a double issue, and that let that comic breathe and create that world.
I love double issues. If a comic or a movie is really good and I'm intrigued until the beginning till the end, I don't care if it's 100 pages, I don't care if it's 20 pages. As long as I'm intrigued. Like
this book could have been done in 22 pages.
Mm-hmm. They could have broken it down to each character.
Okay.
Because they spent like 20 pages with the guy who dyed his hair, like getting his ass kicked by baby lover or whatever.
Right.
Like that could have been like 2 pages.
I felt like they were. It was
late. It was.
Look, we have 80 pages. Ooh.
Yeah, it was just to me it was lazy storytelling.
Okay.
It's like if someone sends you a 24-minute video, and then you break it down to 10 or 11. Someone just needed to go in there and edit some shit out.
So I sent Simon a 24-minute video yesterday to edit, and I knew it was way too much, and I knew that I kept going off track, and I knew I kept not talking about. It was actually using the camera just to talk to Simon for 25 minutes. I basically used my video this week as an. Do you guys remember the pre-recorded dating services where you talk to the camera and tell everyone about yourself before the internet? That's essentially what I did to Simon this week. I just told him about my week. Yeah. It's okay.
I got you.
Anyways.
Well, let me ask you this. Did you, no, you must have, before your encounter with the LAPD this week, that happened after you read this book or before?
Before. No. My encounter with LAPD happened after I read this comic.
Yeah.
I was already raving about this comic to you guys before I was already pissed off this week.
You were. But
yeah.
I don't know. Maybe it's the Buddhist in me. Maybe it's the psychologist in him.
It's all right. And maybe it's the punk rocker in me.
Oh, dude, I love punk rock too. We're all punk rock here.
No, we are all punk rock. My tastes are a little bit better. Sheldon is definitely the most punk rock. He's not here. So anyone who's on...
fucking mug.
He's awesome. So anyone who's on Periscope watching right now, ask some questions and we will answer them.
Hi,
and then we'll give you the shout out on the podcast and it'll be up there later this week. So if you're watching on Periscope, good to see you. You're kind of getting the first view and then you'll see the other view when we do the podcast later on.
Your Twitter handle will be somewhere around here.
Give me some questions. Let's do this.
All right.
Yeah.
Who's next? I feel like this is going to be a short show.
It's okay. Let's run through this.
All right.
Short and sweet.
That's right. Not like an 80-page book.
Okay. Simon, go. What'd you read?
Star Wars, number 8.
Yes, that we will all agree about. Maybe.
Darren, did you read this?
No.
Okay.
No, Darren did not read this.
No.
Okay. So, that's a shame, because it's Star Wars.
It is Star Wars.
I like Star Wars.
Do you?
Okay, so Star Wars number 8, still written by Jason Aaron.
Mm-hmm.
New artist, Monin.
But you know what? It fits. It works.
A much better artist, actually.
Awesome. Well, I won't say better.
Stuart Immonen is amazing.
Dude, Stuart Immonen can draw the phone book, and I would read that.
He's awesome. No. He works perfect for this. Especially anytime with him doing Han Solo's facial expressions.
Well,
with Jason Aaron. With Jason Aaron getting Han Solo dialogue perfect.
Let me get to that. So, we took a little break last issue. We had Luke's little fantasy about himself and Obi-Wan.
That was weird.
Yeah. And I feel like a couple issues before, we had this big cliffhanger, and this is canon. This counts, folks.
This is all canon.
So Han has a wife. I totally forgot about this. And then I started opening it, I'm like, oh shit, yeah, a couple issues ago, we were
that's right!
To his wife. Well, actually, we were introduced early on because she was following them. But I was like, oh shit, I totally forgot about that. Mm-hmm. And it's just showing that Jason Aaron can come back to a subject that we haven't seen in, 2-3 months, maybe?
Maybe. And remember, everyone made a big deal about it.
Dude,
oh no,
they USA Today. Oh.
I know. And everyone kind of went, oh, that's right. And then when we get to issue 8, it was like, oh, fuck, I completely forgot.
Yeah.
And just kind of let the hype die out a little bit, which is probably a really smart way to do the story.
But once again, you're right. It's showing the interactions with Han, and I feel it's like the embarrassment in a way.
Right.
That he's like, oh, shit, Leia. Yeah, Your Highness. That's my lady right there, but we're not married. It's cool. We're not married. Yeah,
something weird.
But we're not married. And it's just great that she's actually being a bounty hunter that's following them. Mm-hmm. And, it's just, why is she following them? Is she just pissed off that Han left and said, fuck it, I'm going to go on an adventure with that big walking carpet behind me?
Right.
Or was she pregos?
Hey, don't talk about Chewie that way.
I'm sorry.
Chewie always gets a bad rep. I feel bad. I'm going to have to turn off the Periscope because my Wi-Fi is starting to slow down. Sorry, guys. We'll do this again later. Bye. Maybe a little later.
So, I mean, it's just... I feel like, what's the purpose of this character? Is it just to piss off Leia? No, there has to be a bigger scheme that we're going to find out eventually. But what's interesting is, a lot of these books, I feel, are going to stop their story arc.
Right.
Because starting, I think, in September or something, which is literally, like, next week, or maybe the week after, I feel like we're going to get a bunch of Force Awakens prequels, in a way.
Oh, you think so?
Yeah, there's a couple of story arcs. There's a couple of books. So is Jason Aaron going to still tell this story? Are we going to have the Force Awakens stuff like the Battle of Jakku?
Well, when Marvel had the license before, they always had the comic lead into the movie, and then they did the movie adaptation.
Right.
Right.
So it's going to be interesting. I mean, I know Vader's still going. There's going to be another Vader miniseries also.
Apparently, like, there's a Vader crossover event about to happen, I think.
Right.
Yeah. But, I mean,
I'm
careful. Don't use the word prequel too much. Do not throw that word around too much to talk about Star Wars.
It's okay. I believe in JJ. I believe in this movie.
It's okay. Let's not use the word prequel too much.
It's okay.
Okay.
It's not going to be the Phantom Menace.
Right.
It's not going to be...
Shit that.
So it's okay. But I think you should put your headphones on now.
Okay.
Because I hear an echo. But it's interesting to see what this bounty hunter's point is. And is this the bounty hunter that we hear about in Empire? Where she's like, when we ran into that bounty hunter on Hoth, when she mentions that. Is that the bounty hunter?
Oh! Yes!
I don't know. I'm very, very impressed with Marvel and how Marvel/Disney, how they're linking everything together.
No, they're doing an amazing thing.
And
I mean, especially you first.
My only hope is, look, I'm not gonna lie. I've already pre-ordered my audiobook for Aftermath. Okay, I've already pre-ordered a couple of audiobooks. I'm gonna listen to them, and I'm gonna try to read everything before the Force Awakens comes out.
Okay.
But I hope they don't mention stuff that non-comic readers, non-novel listeners, readers, whatever, won't be lost in the Force Awakens. And that's my only thing I'm worried about with the Force Awakens. What if they mention something about Kylo Ren that was mentioned in Aftermath or something like that?
Right.
And then people are
They're not going to do that. Wait, is this like a Dr. Dre release?
Kind of.
What are you doing, Kirk?
I don't know. I went to Disneyland yesterday. I bought a bunch of knickknacks. Just leave me alone.
He has like a personal cosmic cube here.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
It's like his own fucking Tesseract.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. That's my whole entire thing. Like, I'm loving these Marvel Star Wars books, and they get me really excited about the movie. But I hope that they don't, like, alienate the non-comic readers eventually.
Right.
So what were you going to say?
Well, it's funny that you mentioned that before because it is becoming very, very apparent that Disney knew to get more fans and to bring more people into the fold, probably getting rid of all the old canon, getting rid of all the old comics and extended universe was a part of that plan and probably a really smart move. I know not the popular opinion.
Look,
but
I'm the first one to say the best Star Wars stories of all time, and this is coming from a guy that has a Star Wars tattoo, right?
Oh, that's sexy. Yeah.
Isn't it?
Right. Yeah.
But here's the deal. I heard this on another podcast, and I mentioned this to you guys. If they were going to go with the books, we would have already known what's going to happen.
Exactly.
So, in a way, it's retelling a brand new universe and all that, and I love New Jedi Order. Like, those 22-something books are still the best fucking Star Wars stories ever.
Absolutely.
I still have a crush on Jaina Solo, and maybe her name is Rey Solo now. I don't know. But it's
tears during Mara Jade and Luke's wedding. I'll say it.
Dude.
Right here.
Yeah. When Mara Jade died. I have that book signed. Yeah. So, but there's a puppy.
Wait, dog. She's being really needy right now, so I'm going to hold her for a few minutes while we do this.
Hi, Tesla.
I cried when Spock died.
Did you?
Ugh.
Yeah, I did.
Dude, and then randomly, I was watching Star Trek Star Trek Into Darkness the other night.
Yeah.
And then he calls New Vulcan really quickly. I completely forgot about that scene. It's like, that's right.
Sad that he's gone.
Yeah, too soon. But I like I said, getting off track but on track. I'm definitely on board with starting over again. Like, I think it's cool that we have our theories and that they're probably going to mine the Solo Leia Organa children as a storyline, which I think it's just too good that they can't pass that up. You're right.
If my ending's true...
Yeah, I know.
I feel like I should say it, so like that's recorded somewhere.
Do you really want to do it? Or should we say that after?
After Darren talks about his book.
Okay. All right.
Stay tuned.
So,
possible spoilers for The Force Awakens.
But as we're watching what Marvel's doing with Disney and with the movies, and that we're going to get a new movie every year, and that one of the amazing things is that the J.J. Abrams mystery box marketing plan is not going to necessarily happen with Star Wars this time around like it does with all his other films. They're letting just enough out that they're getting fans excited again. I'm really fucking excited again. I loved, when we had our meeting last week, that we went off topic for about 30 minutes just doing Star Wars, basically fan fiction theories, because now we don't know what happens anymore. There is no Grand Admiral Thrawn, unfortunately, but there is no, the Jedi Academy with the twins and those young adult books. All that's gone. And now, as fans, we literally don't know what's going to happen anymore. And I think that's fucking awesome. I think it's a smart idea.
Darren?
Listen. I've been
cool. I saw that as a kid. You guys weren't even born.
I've been so not excited by Star Wars for many, many years, and I'm excited.
That's what I wanted to hear.
I am excited about this movie and all the other movies that they're going to be putting in the universe.
Yes.
I think they're really smart, and I'm really excited again. And I'm an original. I'm so old that I was 7 years old when the first Star Wars came out.
That was a long time ago.
So I remember when they came out. And I remember when they would re-release them, every holiday. And it was special. And Star Wars feels special again. It doesn't feel like overused or overdone. They're just giving me just enough. I'm really excited about it.
My nipples are getting hard over this.
Oh my god.
The Force surrounds us.
Dude, when don't your nipples get hard? Oh no, that's Sheldon.
Oh yeah, good point.
Yeah. Hey.
There it is.
Put something in me.
Hey guys.
Something hot in me. Yeah, so we are officially excited. We're officially nerds again. I was at Disney.
We stopped.
Yeah. I was at Disneyland last night, and they've actually started including Star Wars and little cutscenes from Star Wars and scenes from the latest previews into Phantasmic and all the after work or the late night Disney shows. So that was something that was really cool last night, watching giant X-wings just all over.
And I can't wait for what Disneyland is going to add. I can't wait. The only thing that I'm going to be pissed off about is if I have to pay for a separate admission to get into Star Wars.
No. We're going to be okay.
Because California Adventure, what the hell is that? I'm sorry. I can never understand
alcohol, sir, and that is awesome. We went to the Mad Tea Party last night.
Well, I'm sure my dead stepfather would agree with you.
This guy would agree with you.
There's alcohol.
There's alcohol there. They have lobster nachos, and they have twice as many little tiny cheap glowy things to give away to you in California Adventure, and it was totally worth it. You have no idea.
Look, I'll tell you one thing. When Star Wars Land is real, 2016, 17, whenever.
Right. I think later.
We're going.
I'm buying a fucking season pass to Disneyland.
Dude, you have to. fun. It's the greatest. It's the greatest investment you'll ever have. I've been back to Disneyland twice this week, and it's already paid for itself.
He's becoming one of those guys.
Yeah, I am. I am. Look,
it's nice. It must be nice to have the time.
Yeah.
No, it's
maybe that's what you were doing when you had quote unquote food poisoning.
I did have food poisoning last week when I didn't do the podcast, but
it's fine.
Oh, we're doing noises now, guys.
Was it like that?
Was it like Wicked and Divine? And not phonograph?
Alright. Enough fun. But
that's not cool. That's not cool. You know what? Do you know what, Kirk? All that happens, Kirk, is it just makes you more sexy and more the hero of the show. Because we're just like we're just crusty old bastards that are bitter, and you're the one guy who believes.
I do. I like the
you know what you are.
That magic.
Yeah,
you are the girl in a poodle skirt waiting by the phone for Johnny Angel to call. That's who you are.
And Johnny Angel is Marvel and DC for you.
Yeah, no, I don't know, dude. I mean, after this week and the all the different publishers I've been reading, I don't think it's necessarily Marvel and DC. But what I did join on, you guys were very much like, Kirk is the last pure comic book reading fan. We need to keep that real and pure. We can't have him jaded anymore.
We keep you in a bubble. That's what we do.
I know. But
listen, you'll get jaded at some point, but not now.
Not now. I'm not there yet.
We're gonna protect you
together.
Thank you.
We're gonna put a little bubble of love around you.
I'll be the bubble boy.
Join us.
It's okay. I'm not jaded and angry yet. I'm still excited, and I want to write about comics and talk about comics, and one day write comics. And you guys you're not gonna take that away from me, guys. I'm sorry.
That's great.
It's not
that
gonna
someone
happen.
Still wants to do that on the website.
Yeah. Oh, I'm gonna be. I'm not gonna use that. I will be the energy they find in the pure river in the first Tron, where it's just surging energy. And all you sad little programs are really tired, and you finally broke free of the master computer, the MPC, and we all got out of our light cycles really quickly, and I was like, there's your light source, guys. I am Tron.
Wait a minute.
That's what we're going to do. That's what I'm going to be for this.
You're the liquid?
I'm like half liquid, half Tron. I fight for the users. And
so you're not a sentient being.
No, I fight for the users, and I also bring you to the wells of energy. I keep you guys going. Yeah, okay. I bring it all back.
Okay, well, we can't really say no that you can't use that analogy because it's your analogy.
I still can't take him seriously tonight with the fucking arrow pointing at him.
The arrow is ridiculously cute.
Yeah.
That's where I thought of Johnny Angel. That's just like, oh my god! It's like Troy Donahue. He's got a Troy Donahue picture on the wall. As for you, Troy Donahue, I know what you want to do.
It's a little weird when Sheldon does not chime in to help him out with these songs.
What's up?
I like the fact that we fought about young terrorists. I like the fact that we freaked out about Star Wars tonight. We will probably keep freaking about Star Wars in months to come. So that conversation's not over.
It will be years.
Guys,
years.
Can we make a promise to each other?
Sure.
Yeah.
That even though we might see the movie at 3 a.m,
we
will all go see the movie together.
Oh. I've already got the day off, the day before, the day after.
There will be a massive email going out to all my Los Angeles friends.
Yes.
Being like, who wants to go see this with me? I will be seeing it at 12 o'clock. I will be seeing it at 10 in the morning. Probably 3 o'clock in the afternoon. And most likely a 7 o'clock showing. Arclight, please take my money. It's great seeing you. And that's only the first 24 hours.
And I will definitely be able to hide, like, a bladder bag underneath my Jedi robe. Like, I never have to get up, guys.
Are you
this is
really
going to be great.
Jedi robe?
Dude, probably. Or Sith. I haven't decided yet.
Dude, you're not Sith.
He thinks he is.
They're not cool, okay? That's like wearing a Nazi uniform.
Do you
You
have
can't...
I never knew that.
Yeah.
But I didn't see it.
It's okay. Me see it. I have the old Sith Order tattoo on my shoulder. Yeah.
Something
hey,
else.
Look.
Nefarious.
I have an old Batman.
Is that what?
I love that tattoo.
Yeah, that's Batman.
Or is that a birthmark? I'm not sure.
No. It actually started out as a tattoo and has morphed into a birthmark, a sort of a jaundiced birthmark.
That's awesome.
You know, everyone on the website has tattoos except Sheldon.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
That's okay.
Isn't that because he's Mormon or something like that?
See, I think he's just afraid of life. I love you, Shelly, but we need to get him drunk and get him a tattoo.
Oh, I'm totally the guy to help you do that.
You didn't hear that, Sheldon, if you listen to this.
Yeah, but...
Starting with the drunk is the way to do it.
Hypothetically speaking, because this is something we're not going to try to do, I work at a bar, guys, and then my old tattoo shop that I used to work at is right across the street, and I still know all the guys. I'm just saying.
Oh my god, it's going to happen!
Saying.
It is.
Hypothetically.
Operation Anorak.
Anorak corruption.
Yeah.
So, who's got what next?
I'd like to talk about the new issue of Stray Bullets.
I think that would be awesome.
I think
it's,
is that like a pick or something?
Well, I guess, do I have the pick this week?
You do.
Oh, you have the pick this week, sir.
I so have no ego about this pick thing. Like, you know, Sheldon gets, like, so upset. You know what I mean?
Folks, you have no idea the emails that go on. No, I have the pick this week.
Yeah.
But you had it last week. But I still have it. I'm going to England.
Okay. Okay, so
yeah, when it comes to
I had surgery.
I'm just happy to talk about comic books. Everyone's like, "You want the pick this week?" I'm like, "Sure, I'll talk about another comic. Fine."
Yeah.
I've been following Stray Bullets for many years when it started, you know, back in the 90s. Check out my Throwback Thursday about Stray Bullets, folks.
Where can people do that?
I think I really lay it out.
Where can people do this?
See, now, Kirk, what?
Where can people watch this video?
Oh, on Comic Impact.
There we go!
Yay! But what if they're lazy and they just have a YouTube subscription?
They can search for it.
Yeah.
I mean,
yeah, it's Throwback Thursday. Throwback Thursday. Anyway, the reason this issue... I've talked about why I love Stray Bullets. To me, Stray Bullets is punk rock. You want to talk about a punk rock comic book? Stray Bullets is that. And
a well-published punk rock album.
Yeah. Yes. But this issue is special. Throughout the sort of saga of Stray Bullets, there have been these sort of interludes that happen between storylines and in storylines. They're called like Amy Racecar comics. And the Amy Racecar comics, it's basically Amy Racecar is a fictional character that looks similar to a few different women or young women in the Stray Bullets comic. Amy Racecar has, like, you know, busted into and out of every prison in the universe. She rides around in a rocket ship, kicking ass, chewing bubblegum, you know, taking names, that kind of thing. And this is a Amy Racecar story, but it's a special Amy Racecar story because in this issue, we finally learn who Amy Racecar actually is.
Okay, so how long have Amy Racecar comics been going on?
Since '95, when Stray Bullets has been going on. Amy Racecar Amy Racecar's like really ludicrous, sort of half sci-fi, half noir, like stories that go throughout the book. And as you've been reading the book for all these years, which I know you have, Kirk,
getting caught up.
Yeah, but as you've been reading Stray Bullets for all these years, there's always been an Amy Racecar story. Yeah. And you always wonder who Amy Racecar is. Like, who is it supposed to be?
So
you realize she stands in for something.
Without spoiling it, is it a character that we've seen before?
Yes. It's definitely me. You always have sort of known that Amy Racecar is one of the characters in the book, but you're not totally sure. Because there have been like 2 or 3 different characters that definitely could be Amy Racecar. But I feel in this issue, more than any other Amy Racecar issue, they lay it out flat out. Like there's a character named Little B who looks just like Beth from the comic book, and the whole comic book is kind of like chapter 1, like how to be like Amy Racecar. She basically sent away for a how to be like Amy Racecar packet. So there's all these rules on how to be like Amy Racecar. And at the end of the comic, Amy Racecar ends up killing every character except for Beth. And Beth, and she goes, "You won. You're just like me." And Beth goes, "I'm just like you?" She goes, "Yeah, you are me." And Beth puts a mask on. That's an Amy Racecar mask. Or Little B puts a mask on that's an Amy Racecar mask. And I was just like totally shitting myself, like, oh my god, they just told me who Amy Racecar is.
So you were happy with the result?
Totally. It just felt like it was one of those things where, like when you kind of knew it was that person, but when you find out, it feels fresh. It feels brand new. Because Dave Lapham is a real storyteller.
And he's a punk rock star.
He's a real... Dude, Stray Bullets is fucking punk rock.
No,
Stray
David Lapham is...
Young Liars.
Yeah, but I mean...
Love Young Liars,
I mean, you talk about... does he talk about evil corporations or anything? No, but he talks about the world we live in and the effects of violence, the effects of more powerful, crueler people on good people, and to me, that's the only true evil in this world, and that's really what the book deals with. God, I'm gonna get a little misty talking about that, but no, but it's. I'm so happy that Dave Lapham has returned to his signature work, and that he's picking up like no time has passed at all.
Well, that's the beautiful thing about Image Comics, that he could do that. Marvel would have been like, you know what, David? We like what you started, but we're going to get so-and-so to work on this book while you're gone.
Yeah. I mean,
it's still fundamentally, it is David's book. Mm-hmm. Like, everything about it, especially when it picked up again. His
editor's his wife. His editor's his wife. They've been doing it, since it was of the El Capitan imprint back in the 90s. Fun
facts about Young Liars, to connect it back to Star Wars, because last week Darren didn't tell, or randomly he told me nothing's always connected to Star Wars. There is a Star Wars page in one of the first issues.
Yeah. Yeah. In the very first, in one of the very first, I think it's the very first issue.
I think so.
Stray Bullets has the premiere, it's like Star Wars just premiered that week.
Right.
And one of the main character goes to see it. So he's definitely in my age group. You know what I mean? Like,
so and he has a young, wise man.
Yeah.
That was tactful. That was real. I'll take that. That was good.
It's fine. You know what, dude? All I can say is I wouldn't. I'm happy being an older person, whatever that means, because I've learned a lot about life, and I don't think I'd go back to being 30 for all the money in the world.
Oh, dude, I can't wait until I'm like 50, 60.
I can't wait either, man. We're going to sit on your fucking porch and
drink some coffee.
Or whatever with Sheldon.
And not just a cup.
So anyway, to bring it back like to Stray Bullets, I think it's such an important book, and I'm just so glad that he's doing it. And if I get a pick this week, I'd really like to make this the pick of the week.
Well, you do have the pick, and you just did, sir.
Okay, so great.
Guess what? Fucking own it. Pick of the week this is...
Stray Bullets number
7. It's God, what's the name of it?
Number 7.
It's a certain storyline. They like restart the numbering every story. Sunshine and Roses.
Okay.
That sounds like a 60s pop band.
Mm-hmm. Now, I do need to... I'm not going to let Stray Bullets go for a second. As someone who is completely naive and still excited about comic books. Stray Bullets was that comic that I always read because it always felt punk rock to me. I mean, I think I just associated that with the fact that, oh, this is black and white. This isn't colored. This is all just really nice line work. Obviously, this is just one man, like, telling his story, and that's what always attracted me to it. The funny thing about Stray Bullets for me, as I've been a comic reader for so long now, and kind of got full of myself because I thought I knew everything about everything, one of the funny things is you go back, and I didn't realize Stray Bullets was actually educating me in comic books in the basics and how to do it right, and I didn't even know it. Like, it was, and especially as your tastes start to change, and you kind of like find like what genres you really are attracted to in comic books. It's funny because it all, for me as a reader, the longer and older I get going into comics, I always seem to find myself back at Stray Bullets at some point.
Well, you know what Stray Bullets is?
I think that's amazing.
It's your Marvel and DC love is to manufacture pop, Green Day, punk rock. Okay?
Okay.
And this is like the Clash demo tape when Strummer was on the 101ers, like that.
Okay.
That's what
you keep picking the right references. You know this, right?
I know.
Because then I'm going to break out the Joe Strummer tattoo I have in a second. So
you have a Joe Strummer tattoo?
Oh, dude, come on! Let's bro out hard today.
He reminds me, actually.
That's awesome.
He reminds
guy. Strummer tattoo.
He reminds me a lot of the band the Gun Club.
Okay.
From like LA Punk.
Pierce.
Yes. His sort of storytelling style and reminds me of the Gun Club. If I were to pick
Wait, isn't Lapham a local guy also? Isn't he from LA?
Yeah, I think I think he is.
Yeah.
Okay.
I can't say for sure.
Which, by the way, if you watch Kirk FM's top 5 weekly videos all the time at Comic Impact, you'll see that I have Gun Club vinyl records behind me in my comic book shelf.
He also picks really bad books sometimes as his top 5. But go watch it. Go comment. Tell me
please.
Wrong.
Please. Bring it on.
All right, I don't want to
all the way down there. So, can I spoil episode 7 now?
Are we going to do this?
I thought you were doing it.
Go for it.
No, I am. Okay, Comic Impact. Go subscribe, that whole entire shenanigans, whatever.
Kirk FM, Twitter, at Kirk Likes Stuff. Go find our videos. Go over to the website. Stick around for a while because we got some pretty awesome stuff happening in the next few months, don't we, guys?
Mm-hmm.
Also, we have different shows about to happen in a few months. We have some other things that we're going to spotlight. Like, the next few months are really, really awesome. I'm so excited.
Quiet right now.
I'm doing the hype man thing, man.
I feel like we're going on a tangent.
Find out more soon.
No,
I feel like I've lost weight. Maybe I'm getting anorexic. Matt,
Keep it to
Ryan,
yourself.
Sheldon, I love you guys.
No,
check out Sheldon's other show, Anorex.com.
And I'm definitely I like to pretend that I'm the guy walking behind. I'm Paul Bearer, walking behind the Undertaker on the way to the ring. Like, I want to be the hype guy. I want to be like...
All right. So, can I spoil episode 7?
All right. Episode 7 spoilers, guys.
All right.
Let's do this.
Go. August 24th, 2015, 8:02 p.m. as we're recording this.
Speculative? Maybe fan fiction.
Well, obviously it's speculative.
Yeah.
Because he doesn't have access to the script.
Or do I?
No.
Come on.
I wish. Alright. So here we go.
Alright.
Han dies. Okay. We find out that Daisy Ripley is Han and Leia's daughter. Comes back to some planet where Leia is. She tells Mom, hey, I'm home. Dad's dead. Okay? Luke shows up out of nowhere. I mean, obviously, this is later in the movie. This is not the beginning of the movie. Luke shows up out of nowhere. The Force has awakened. So Luke comes back and is like, who killed my friend? I have to honor Han's life. They go meet Kylo Ren. Double, church lightsaber, whatever it's called.
Yeah.
All right?
Uh-huh.
Kylo Ren kills Luke. Daisy and Flint sees that. Here's what I'm thinking. End of movie, Kylo Ren takes off mask, tells Daisy Ripley's character something like this. Join me, sister. The Jedi Order is wrong. We must honor our grandfather. Fade to black. See you in 2 years.
Da 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 da
John Williams
music. Well, you could argue that Kylo Ren is the one who awakens the Force.
Oh yeah, I think
because if he does do that,
he awakens the Force, which in turn awakens Luke.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
And JJ has said there will be multiple Force awaken.
Yeah. As we all, I mean, I think I had a Force awakening last night.
Awkward?
Did I just say that? What, did I just say that out loud?
Yeah.
Did you have an erection again?
They just don't happen that often anymore. So it was like, oh, the Force has awoken.
It's what happens.
Hello, penis. How are you?
Yeah, I think I'm the first person to say that I do have $100 in a Deadpool right now, and my money's on Han.
Oh, dude, it's obvious.
Yeah, no, it's not making it.
That's like no one's gonna take that bet because everyone knows he's gonna
actually die. They did. Easiest money I've ever made. They're watching this. And you know what? I did that thing like maybe 2.5 months ago, and as we get closer to Star Wars, I've got 3 friends that are in the Deadpool right now, just like, can we take that back? I'm like, nope. Have your money ready for me, guys. Hypothetically speaking, because here at Comic Impact, we definitely do not condone gambling, especially in California where it's legal.
Mm-hmm.
Hypothetically.
But when Kurt wins his $300...
Hypothetically.
Guess who's buying dinner when we go see Star Wars, Darren?
I guess it's all hypothetical.
Kirk FM, who got his money illicitly gambling illegally in the state of California.
Hypothetically. Allegedly.
So you're saying that you have an imaginary person who took your bet. It was all hypothetical. You're going to make us believe that.
I'm in one with 5. One guy does have Luke. So I think he and I are going to split the pot.
Hypothetically?
Hypothetically. Allegedly.
December 18th.
One guy has Luke, and I think we're going to split the pot.
By the way, my birthday is December 10th. It's special.
So we're just going to celebrate it.
Never late.
You get your birthday like 8 days later.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hey, Darren.
I think my cousin is December 18th. Sorry.
All right.
Oh my God. Nothing.
Hey, Darren.
Yeah, buddy.
JJ gave you a nice birthday present. You just gotta wait a couple more days.
Yeah, it's fine with me.
We made a phone call. We knew a guy. He decided to do a Star Wars film for you.
Yeah.
You get to my age, you get used to waiting.
Bye, everyone. I guess we'll have to wait until Sheldon comes back. Oh, you guys are going to be alone next week.
Oh, that's right. I think it's just Darren and I.
That's fine. We've been alone together before.
And recording.